I always enjoy a steak tartare. I remember when I was a young man working in Juan-les-Pins, after work we used to go to a small restaurant to have a steak tartare, a bowl of French fry, a salad, and that is in my brain, and I really enjoy it. You know, steak tartare is you got to choose a fantastic element, very good ingredients. Most important, of course, is the meat. The best cut of meat will be a fillet of beef. You can have, of course, it's a bit expensive, but you can have a second cut, maybe we can be a piece of a rump steak. Make sure there is no fat at all. You don't want to eat raw fat, it's not good. So today we are going to use a fillet of beef. The best way to choose a fillet of beef, you go to see your butcher, you ask him for a good fillet of beef, you look at it, you make sure it's not fat everywhere, it's very lean, very healthy. Do not buy, I never buy myself meat from a supermarket because you don't know what is it. Is it a plastic? You don't know what you are going to eat. It's like a lottery. You can be lucky, but you can be very disappointed by the result. So you always start by the fillet of beef. Nice piece of beef, 150 grams per portion should be okay. If you are a bit greedy, you can go to 180, 200 grams. It depends about your appetite. So another advice is never grind your meat in a machine. Always you cut it with a knife. Always. What's happened if you put in a grinder, you smash the meat and you got a puree of beef. And it's not very nice, you know. With a knife, you cut it very thin, of course, very small, but you still have a little piece of meat, so you can appreciate the quality of the meat. So you cut it very thin like that. What I will do it with a knife, the big advantage to do it with a knife too, is that it's fast, and you don't have to wash the grinder after, you know, so it's good. So you cut it one side, you turn it away on the other side, and you cut it like that. Of course, you need a good sharp knife to cut all those meat, you know. So, as you can see, you know, the meat is not completely crushed by the machine. Eh? You finish with some small piece of meat like that, and we are more interested, more tasty than having a puree of beef. For me, tartare always been the main course. You got tartare, a bowl of French fry, a salad is fantastic, the dinner or meal. Now, fashion, a lot of young chefs, they serve it as a starter. We find it quite strange to eat raw meat as a starter. So, mainly because what do you take after, as a main course? You know, if you already, got it that as a starter, main course will be quite difficult to choose. So you don't have a very balanced meal. So, but young people are different than us. That's it. I like it like that myself, you know. Some people will like it maybe a bit more fine. You can always go a bit like that if you want. I think that's perfect for me. So now what I'm going to do is a seasoning. Seasoning is quite important. And at the same time, you know, it's something, everybody got different tastes. Myself, I enjoy a piece or two of anchovy. Some people don't like anchovy, so if you don't like it, don't put anchovy. It's as simple as that, you know. So it's quite, if you do it at home, you know, you can do what you like. You are your own chef. So anchovy is more for the seasoning, you know, because when it's mixed with another ingredient, you don't really taste the anchovy. You taste a bit of salt. They bring a bit of salt, a different. I think he improved a lot of dishes, you know. So I put those anchovy, but no, you will never find it at the end of the meal. You know, you don't. Oh, I didn't like it because of the anchovy. So you put the anchovy there, mixed with the meat. Gherkins we put, a bit of capers, as many as you like. You got to be careful. Always buy the tiny capers. The big one, I think they are a bit too vinegary. They are not that good, you know. So everything should be cut quite small. You don't want to have a big piece of gherkin. You know, it's not an hamburger. It's a tartare. When you use the gherkins and capers, just make sure you remove all the vinegar, because if you leave too much of the vinegar, it are like the capers are soaked with vinegar. It's not very nice. You want to have just a light taste of vinegar, not too much. Small capers, to be honest, you know, you don't need to cut them. Just put them like that. A little bit of shallots, and that's it. You can put some parsley if you want, chives, anything you like. If you like herbs with it, I don't like that, so I leave it like that. What is important is an egg. So we use only the yolk of the egg. We don't use the whole egg. As we got two tartare, I'm going to put 2 yolk of eggs. Let's put it in the middle. Now we are going to finish it by adding a little touch of mustard. Not too much. Dijon mustard. Do not use English mustard. You know, English mustard just kills any food you put on. So a touch of lip-herring sauce. Some people love Tabasco. I don't, so I'm not going to put any Tabasco in it. Salt. And pepper. Now I'm going to incorporate a touch of olive oil. So, as you can see, you know, I mix the yolk with the mustard, slowly, and I'm going to drop a little bit of oil on it. You don't need to put too much oil, eh? You need to test to see if there's enough salt and pepper. Yeah, it's good. Perfect like that. That's it. That's the perfect, according to me, the perfect tartare. Bon appétit.